Hello, we're here live in all the places. I'm so excited for today's live stream, mini training, this conscious stream of conscious thought coming through me as I channel an incredible message that I know you are going to want to hear. So, hello from sunny Mexico. I am currently traveling the world, sharing my gifts, meeting people from around the world that are also so multi talented and gifted. And I'm coaching my clients from around the world as well. Now, my people are women who are facilitators, coaches, mentors, healers, and guides who want to package up their gifts into incredible, unforgettable offerings and put themselves out in ways that attract clients naturally. So, today I want to talk to you about the hidden cost of staying loyal to the woman that you used to be. To the woman that you used to be. So many of you have had another layer of healing recently. You have woken up to a new layer of being human, a new understanding of your gifts, of the problems that you help solve in this world, of the transformations that you help your people to create, that you yourself have gone through. And it's such an incredible time to be alive, I'll tell you what. So, we have this gift of social media and all the software, and even the gift of AI that helps us to really do this work without being a tech genius. Although I am now using a piece of software where I am live in multiple places, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without the tech. So I am really grateful to the time that we get to do this work in the world, because just 10 years ago, when I was getting started with my blogs and teaching yoga and sound healing and different workshops around the world, I mean, we had social media, but we didn't have anything like this. And so I'm one of those old timers that's like, back in my day, like we just had to work with what we had. And recently I actually put um, my Oracle deck on my website. So my website is freeyourcreativity.org. It's a .org, freeyourcreativity.org. And on my website and on multiple pages, I was able to put an Oracle deck that I channeled many years ago that I didn't actually get printed. It was like waiting in the astral for this moment now to bring forth in my own way. And so using AI, I was able to code a widget for my website. I don't even know what half these terms mean, but I was able to code a widget for my Oracle deck. And now you can pull a card of an archetype, a creativity archetype, a muse, a legend, and their familiars. So that's the name of the Oracle deck: the Muse, the Legends, and their familiars. And it's the Creative Compass Oracle, because my entire work in the world, my whole body of work is centered around you being able to share your creative gifts with the world and get paid to create. When women like you have more money and are valued for their creative essence, the world really is a better place for that. All the people that you help transform are better off. You are better off, and you being completely valued and nourished and having more money than you know what to do with. You don't need to have just enough. You can have more money and be in overflow, not just for emergencies, but so that you can do what you actually came here to do. You are supported. The universe does have your back, and I have your back to teach you the skills and to show you how to really do energy work. So you can clear energy on your own. You don't need a shaman. So that you can transmute energy on your own. You don't need a shaman. You don't need to fly to the middle of nowhere, Jungleville, get bitten up by mosquitoes to clear subconscious beliefs. this work can happen in the comfort of your home, in your everyday Muse Next Door outfit. Speaking of that, I have designed this soft cotton Muse Next Door series. And I'm telling you this because I am a multi-passionate, multi-dimensional creator, as I'm sure you are as well. So I do not just coach and mentor. I have an education school. It could be a mystery school, you could also call it, where I teach you the skills that are going to help you become a six-figure earner, whatever you want to earn, but really help you become someone who is completely and fully nourished, working for yourself totally, if that's what you want to do. And it's not like I make a majority of my money from designing clothes, but it is a passion of mine. And I have traveled to Mexico to snag up some really quality fabric and start a new series of this fashion line. So I've also recorded albums. I've written books, not just free ebooks, but I've written my first memoir, The Monk, the Mushrooms, and the Toad. And I tell you all this because I am just an everyday girl. I am 42 years old. It's not like I was gifted more energy than you or more time in the day than you. We all get the same 24 hours, but we don't all get the same 24 hours. Some people, and my clients in particular, are using some of those hours to do real advanced energy work. And then they have the capacity to do more, to create more, to have more energetic output, to feel better in their bodies, to feel better about what it is they're offering. And I teach the skill of messaging, which is still coming from energy. So you have an internal messaging that is either diminishing your capacity to create or expanding your capacity to create. So energy is the start, energy is the finish, energy is the through line, and your best messaging comes from a clean and clear energy, and it is still a skill that you can learn. However, most people are not learning the correct skills, or say they don't have time and energy to learn what they need to learn and to create what they need to create to be able to have the life and business that they say that they want. And so my work in the world is really about showing you that you can and guiding you to the place where you actually can create more so that you can be fully nourished, supported, valued, and resourced for your creative gifts, because that starts the momentum building. If you have to do things that you're not passionate about, if you have to do things that you actually hate, this is going to make you feel like, ugh. And now I do want to say, before I start the actual training part of this message, that not everything in your business you're going to love right away. You are going to meet an edge of what you think you love and what you think you hate. And you're going to learn how to love some of the things that your subconscious programming or your nervous system wiring is telling you that you hate right now. You do not hate being seen. You secretly adore it. You just might not know that you can do it in a way, and you can titrate your being seenness in a way that is helpful for your nervous system, for your expansion. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm not ready, or I just don't know how to do it, or it's like too tough on my nervous system. Yes, but if your soul has called you and pulled you to a life that is different than you're living right now, or that you were living a few months ago, then this training is specifically for you. So I want to talk to you today about the hidden cost of staying loyal to the woman you used to be. So most of you do not actually need another strategy right now. Now, ultimately, I am a strategist. On some level, I am a strategist. I teach proven systems, strategy, and ways of bringing your business to light that are repeatable so that when you have success, you're not like, what did I just do? You're like, I did this. I created this with this kind of energy. And that's how you're able to go, okay, let me create this again and again and again, because consistent revenue isn't about one high revenue month. Consistent revenue might look like, 3K to start, 8K a month. Maybe you have an income dip, a big income, $50,000 month, and over the year, it gets to average out to six figures or more. Now, consistency requires your consistency. Like attracts like, consistency will require your consistency. But if you're burnt out or afraid of burnt out or causing burnout because of how much you're afraid of burnout, then we have a problem. And this is okay, because this is just who you used to be. If you don't want to be that way anymore, there is a process to unbeing the way that you used to be. And that's what all of my clients are doing. I'm going to share a few stories of this work with you, so you know that everyday women just like you are creating and positioning themselves for higher than average revenue months, not just from strategy alone. And most women like you do not need another certification. You're highly trained in something. Maybe you want a certification, maybe you want a skill or a tool. But if you go and get a skill or a tool from this place of I'm not enough, then it's not going to solve the problem. It's not going to help you to attract clients if you're consistently getting accolades, but you're not even valuing yourself and what you've learned so far and who you've become so far. So most women also don't need a launch plan just yet. So don't get it twisted. You do need a launch plan. If you don't plan, you might as well plan to fail. But after I share with you this message today, and you realize how much identity and becoming and unbecoming and programming and reprogramming is such a huge part of creating higher than average revenue months consistently, then you can actually start creating a plan that matches who you're meant to become, that matches your soul, that matches the vision that you see in your heart, because you are not going to need every strategy, and every launch plan is not going to work for you. This is why I work with my clients, even at the group level, in a personal way. Even at the school/membership level, we get one call a month. So you're not completely on your own. But in my mastermind, I am with my clients 4 to 5 days a week, answering their personal questions. And at the mentorship level, we get that real high touch, private, weekly calls, the whole shebang. So it's really important for you to understand the hidden costs of staying loyal to the woman you used to be, because I know that you want to be financially free. And when you say, I want to be financially free, oftentimes you're not talking about having millions of dollars in the bank so that you can buy purses and cars and more material things. You want to be financially free so that you have more choice. You have choice of where you work. You can fly down to Mexico like me and work in the sun during the winter. You have choice of the hours that you work. I like to work in the day. I have my best brain functioning in the day, and I get to choose when my calls are. And my clients calling them angel hours. I was calling them office hours, but it's like, I'm not in an office. Like, I'm usually like at the beach with my laptop, or giving voice notes on a walk. And it's technically my office is the beach or wherever I'm at. So office hours is cute, but they're refinement hours, because I'm literally looking at my clients' launch plans. I'm looking at their energy. I'm looking at what's holding them back. I'm looking at their sales pages. I'm looking at their content, and I'm offering ways that they can refine it, upgrade it. And that's what I'm really passionate about. And so it's all flowing. And so I'm able to keep my price is accessible. It's not outrageous to work with me, even though you're getting personalized support, because I really, truly love it. And I'm able to do it from anywhere in the world. There's no place I'd rather be than on a walk coaching one of my clients, because I really, truly am passionate about helping them to put out a message that has them feeling good and has their potential clients understanding the value of what it is that they do. I'm really, really passionate about getting spiritual, transformational work out in the world. I feel that ripple effect. This is truly my mission. And so I know that you're resonating with that. And this is truly important for you to be valued for these gifts that you have. You choose your own hours, you choose yourself when you don't have a boss that is, like, if I'm honest, not as talented or smart as you, trying to tell you how to do your job. And it's like, okay, we are not building someone else's dream anymore. We are building our own. But that takes you stopping the excuse of, I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have energy. It's like, okay, amazing. That's what I'm offering people when they come into my world. They somehow by miracle, which is not somehow by miracle, I guide them through the processes that give them back their time, that have them feeling energetically aligned to do the work that they came here to do. Came as a soul in this incarnation to really be valued for again and again and again. So what you need is not another launch plan, not another certification, not another strategy just yet. But what you need is the capacity to become the woman that your next level requires. Because, like I've been coaching my clients around, burnout doesn't come from how much you do. We are all multi-passionate, multi-dimensional beings. I have literally 3 offers. I just created my first low cost bundle. It's not my first, but it's the one I've been most excited about, and I'm really putting great energy into it. It's a masterclass. It's a funnel. I've created this fashion line. It's all coming together naturally without force. I've recorded albums, wrote books. I maintained epic friendships and lost some not so epic friendships and went through the grieving process of that. We can do multiple things, but not if it's enormously hard to do one thing. Burnout doesn't come from how much you do. My clients are rocking it. They're doing market research calls. They're hiring team members. One of my clients just opened an in-person content creation hub and community space in LA, all around branding. She's a brand photographer and headshot photographer, but she created this entire studio space that we can all go to and create it from scratch and designed it. It's like all aspects of it, her eyes on it, all launched it out into the world, about to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. Like, that is big, next level creative things. Some of my clients are putting out products alongside of their thought leadership content creation. Some of my clients, and most of my clients right now, are putting out next era offerings. That is what I am known for. That's where my expertise lies. How to package up your spiritual creative gifts into multidimensional signature offerings that people understand from just a few posts, from one sales page, from you talking about it. But you've got to also be able to have the skill of speaking about it in ways that people understand the true value. So that's what I teach. That's what I guide my people through. And they're doing and creating so much, as well as creating the content that it takes, enough touch points that it takes for people to see that they exist. Okay. So it comes from the energy from which you do it. Burnout comes from the energy from which you do it. If you do not learn to love a lot of the aspects that you get to learn to love, then it's just going to feel harder. So let me give you two concrete examples from women in my world who are creating extraordinary results. And they're creating them. I'm not just going to talk about the results. I want to talk to you about the process that it took for them to be positioned, ready, choosing to be ready for higher than average revenue months, more clients, more money. So, one of my clients, Andrea, was hiring the wrong people for her team. And not because she didn't know what she was doing, not because she just, I don't know how to hire. I mean, we all don't know how to hire. That is a skill that I'm teaching her and that she is learning. But she was hiring the wrong people because she was still unconsciously loyal to the I'll just do it myself identity. Can anyone else relate? Give me relate in the comments if you relate, because I know that I resonate with my clients so much. I definitely used to be this kind of gal, and it's because I can do so much myself. I did just create my own ads, my own funnel for my offer. All the design came through me. Like, I love creating a lot of the aspects myself, but not because I don't believe that anyone else can do these things, not because I'm choosing to suffer from the I have to do it alone programming. So every time she hired someone, she'd end up frustrated, and then she'd jump back in and she'd save the day herself, right? Sound familiar? So the problem wasn't actually the team. The problem was the subconscious belief that she couldn't rely on support. So, in a 15-minute voice note exchange, I got to coaching. I identified the true problem with her, and we identified that pattern, and I sent her on the subconscious rewiring, nervous system rewiring, work, energy clearing, and transmutation practices that I teach. And she is now unwinding that loyalty to struggle. Then we got practical. So I gave her the homework of working through her company values. Like, what does she really want her next hire to know about being inside her company? What is the company culture? What is the company ethos? Now, that is very practical, but if we're creating company ethos from the unconscious ethos that I just got to struggle, that I'm doing this on my own, even if I do hire you, your team isn't going to feel like they can bring you something. They aren't going to feel a part of a team. They're not going to feel led. And really, that's on us. We really got to clear this conditioning. Identify it is only the first step. I take my clients through the practices that get to the root of it, that clear it on an energetic level. And then we go about reprogramming these patterns by walking differently. You don't just clear it energetically. You start to see that you're showing up differently. You start to see when you want to still go to that old conditioning, that old way of moving, that old way of thinking. You stop it in its tracks and you replace it, not just with affirmations, but with the practices that I teach, and then the affirmations, then the actual action from a different energy. And you see how that action from a different energy works differently. And it feels differently as you're behaving differently. Be, do, and have. So we clarified her hiring role. We got specific about who she actually needed to hire, because she didn't need an assistant that she needed to train. She needed an expert. And a few days later, she came back to me with a completely different solution. So instead of hiring an inexpensive person that she was going to have to train, or manage or save or rescue, she decided to hire an expert, someone more expensive, someone more qualified, but it's no longer costing her all this time to do it herself anyway and still pay somebody. It's like, we're not operating from that level of consciousness anymore. So she hired and is in the hiring process of someone she can actually trust. And that is going to bring her what she says she actually wants, which is a freedom-based business. And this all came from the realization that she didn't have to carry everything alone, right? It came from the realization, and then it's moving from the work. So that's not a strategy. When we understand what's holding us back and do real energy work to clear, transmute, and reprogram the belief, our businesses change faster. So we got to slow down and do this inner work, but you don't need to do it alone. Some of you are not even seeing what I'm able to see so clearly from my experience and from my connection. This is my gift. From my connection to the unseen realms, I am able to see what you might not be seeing, and mostly because you're just so close to the pattern, to the work, and staying loyal to who you used to be, someone that struggles, it is serving you in some way. And so sometimes we don't even do the energy work that clears it because we gotta see that it's truly not serving us. Because it's serving the small self, it's serving our past self, it served you in some way that isn't serving the bigger mission. So that's what I help my clients with. Okay, so I want to also tell you about my client Amy, who had a launch event that was super well put together. 18 people registered for her launch event with a small audience, and we celebrated her. This sounds great. It's really, really amazing. And I don't just help people to fill up free events, I help them to fill up their paid offerings. So when she delivered the offering, the free offering, the free launch event, the event, she got 18 registrants and she delivered it really amazingly, but she only got 3 sales calls booked. And so most coaches would have said, like, work harder, or they would have said the problem was the event. Maybe they would have said the problem was her sales skills, but I dug deep because I'm not just assuming here, I'm working personally with my clients. And we unlocked that she didn't need to push more. It wasn't a sales blog, although many people do not have the skills that I teach in my transformational sales course, which all of my clients get all of my courses. They get the training. They go through the training in their own time. I direct them to where they can find training so they're not reliant on me. They can go through some things on their own, and then their questions become deeper. Their questions become more personal because they know what to ask. And yes, sometimes it's a skill problem, but this was a messaging problem. When we looked at her offer, she was still describing it using language from an older version of herself. Now, this is a woman who came into my program, into my mastermind, the Word of Mouth Women Mastermind, knowing that she was on the threshold of her next evolution. Okay, she was coming out of her Saturn return. She wanted to focus on her coaching offer. She wanted to let go of being just a yoga teacher and really being a coach, a facilitator, a healer that was creating epic results for her people and being completely nourished from her work in the world. And she went through a transformation in my program. She had some grieving to do. She had some energy seals to do. She had some letting go of not just old ways of thinking, but physical people in her life. This is incredibly hard. It's a rite of passage. Many of us have gone through that. And I was definitely the woman to lead her through that, as I had just gone through that myself. So she was completely new. She was refreshed, but her offer was coming, the way she was talking about it wasn't coming from her next era. It was coming from who she used to be. So we cleared the energy around being unclear, and we upgraded her packaging of her offer so that it was way more clear, way more transformation focused, and we refined her content leading to her offer. So we brought back her business into alignment with the woman she had become and the woman she was still unfolding into. Within a week, her entire offer had transformed. The way she talked about it was just more energetically aligned. You could feel it in her body when she was showing me her sales pages, her content for the offer. And now I'm seeing her content for the offer, and I'm like, whew, I am feeling her on a whole other level, and her clients are too. Because she stopped hiding the true value of her work. And this is what we do inside of the Word of Mouth Woman Mastermind. We get to the words that are expressing the true value. We keep our word to ourselves, and we do get more word of mouth referrals because people are feeling us. So not only are they interested, but they're bringing all their friends. They're sending people to us. And your clients that you work with are sending people to you as well. So the Word of Mouth Women Mastermind is threefold. You learn to speak and write words that sell naturally, that resonate with your highest paying clients. You also learn how to keep your word to yourself, no matter the outside circumstance that is being presented to you right now, because that doesn't matter as much as your vision and as what you know you are capable of creating. And I teach you how to get word of mouth referrals so that you don't need to put a lot of effort in marketing for the rest of your life. Now, you will always be sharing your message. You are a messenger, and that is beautiful, but you never need sales tactics or marketing hacks. You just never need it. When you come through my world, you understand the words that matter. The words that matter are the words that you keep to yourself, the words that you share with your audience and potential clients, and the words that they are sharing to talk about your work. And that all stems and roots from energy. So we begin there. So when my client Amy stopped hiding the true value of her work, it's like the fog lifted from her clarity, yes, but also from people being able to see her in a new light as the facilitator that she knows herself to be. So I don't just teach marketing, and I don't just teach energetics, and I don't just teach business strategy, and I don't just teach soul shifts. It's all there. It's all a part of it. I help women identify the invisible leaks between where they are and where they want to be, and then I help them seal them. I help them clear them, transmute them, use that energy that was once dragging them down and heavy, and use that to fuel their next level message, their next era offer, and how they move in the world, right? No matter what age they are, no matter how long they've been in the game, whether they're just getting started or they've been in the game so long that it's like the old tricks and tactics and hacks are not working for them anymore, because they are new, because we are consistently evolving and we don't want to regress. I can tell you I've regressed in the past, and it just weighs so heavy. So even if you felt like you regressed, I'm your girl. It's totally okay to feel behind, to feel like you should be further along right now. Some of my clients are in their 50s. Some of my clients are in their 20s. I'm in my 40s. And I can tell you that these thoughts come at any age. I should be further along. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too fat. I'm not enough. I'm not this. And it's like, are we done with what we aren't? And are we ready to create, like, genuinely, to choose to be ready? Because ready is a choice. It's not a feeling. All the feelings that you're having a lot of times are coming from loyalty to the person that you used to be, and it's costing you the person you're becoming. It's costing you clients. It's costing you time. It's costing you energy. It's costing you days of unnecessarily feeling like you're behind when you could be creating the dang thing already. So sometimes it is a messaging problem. Sometimes it's a nervous system capacity problem. Sometimes it's ancestral loyalty. Sometimes it's positioning. Sometimes it's leadership. And I'm not going to know what it is for you if you keep hiding that you're interested in working with me. So there is an opening in the Word of Mouth Woman Mastermind right now. There's one opening. The way that my mastermind works is each woman holds a seat, holds a throne, holds a seat of a chakra, an archetype. So right now, we either have the holy higher heart, or we have the deep, deep earth chakra. Or if I read your application and I'm resonating with what you're saying, it may be time to move the women around. And it's not a graduation process. It's simply about moving them to where they are fitting in the system right now. Each energy archetype has a shadow, has an imbalance, and has a gift, has a city, just like not human design, gene keys. The Siddhi superpower is a Sanskrit word. Gene keys is rather new when it comes to spiritual thought forms, spiritual works, and philosophies and thought processes. Siddhi means superpower in Sanskrit. And so you have a golden shadow, you have a superpower, you have gifts. And my role is to help you to unlock them. And we unlock them in all archetypes. It's not just, oh, if you come in as the higher holy heart, then you are holier than thou. It's like you may be not connecting to that right now in your messaging, and you are going to be a inspiration to the other women in the group. So we work together as a system. When I am guiding and coaching one of my women, it's usually that the rest of my women needed that exact same message. This is why at the group level, I get to keep it accessible, because I'm coaching multiple women at the same time who are resonating in similar ways. So not all of my clients are ready to hire a team member. But because I was giving that coaching to Andrea, some of my clients understood their offerings, their energy differently. Isn't that cool? So we only have one space right now because I pour into each and every one of my clients personally. So even though it is a group, you have your own space in the Telegram group, which is off of social media, so you're not getting distracted, to hand in your soul work. So you can hand in up to 3 pieces of content, sales pages, graphics, things that you want to put out, things that you've created, your packaging of your program into your own channel, and I will give you personal coaching. It's not private at that level, so other people can also see where you're at. And that's why there is a private mentorship upgrade. And in the private mentorship upgrade, you get weekly calls with me 3 times a month. And then we have 1 week for integration. And in that integration week, you still get access to me in between the calls. And that's also private too. So you get the community, but sometimes there are just some things that you want to keep private, and that is totally okay. I do give priority access to my mentorship clients. I read their birth chart. I have their chart open when they are asking for support. And I also work with everybody's human design, but my channel is really open to, at the mentorship level, to memorize their chart. It's just the way that it works. It's like your gifts open at the level of investment, and memorizing a chart is a gift of mine. But I reserve that for my private clients, but I will know things like different things about your human design inside of the group level as well. And if you're not ready for deep and intimate support, I want you to try out my new bundle. The bundle is a decade worth of helping people put together their offerings. Not just people, spiritual, gifted, big-hearted women put together creative, multi-passionate offers that they can charge thousands for, not just hundreds, but thousands. And I am actually only charging $27 right now for this bundle. So it comes with a 90-minute masterclass where I walk you through the 4 essential ingredients of every high value offer, the kind of offer that people want to invest in. So we go through that. There's a bunch of bonuses and exclusive opportunities. I'm also secretly, not so secret now. I can't keep I can keep secrets, but I can't keep this secret. But I'm also planning on going live inside of that bundle. So in the bundle, you do get a community space, and I'm going live there, exclusive access to people who bought the bundle every once in a while when I'm feeling inspired. So it, at all levels, it really is a magical place to be. The Conscious Creative Business School is one level. The Word of Mouth Women Mastermind is the second level, and the mentorship is an upgrade that I'm so excited to see who joins me in that. I do only have one space for one lucky person. And at the mentorship level, you get the school level, you get the mastermind level. So you get it all, and we just keep leveling up together. So if you want to work with me, if you're resonating, the first step is to apply. So I will answer a few questions if you message me somewhere, I might see it. The thing is I don't get all of my Instagram messages. I will get an email. If you email hello@freeyourcreativity.org, I will get an email and reply to your email. But Facebook messages get lost, Instagram messages get lost. I run a real business here, so I will reply to your email. And if you apply, then I get on a call with you to answer all your questions. This is a no pressure space to see if we are a right fit to work together. And I will see from the answers to my questions, so your answers to my questions, if I feel like I can help you. And if I feel like I can help you, I'll help you as best I can right on that call. And then, this is a process. People come into my world and they're like, tell me everything you know. It's like, it doesn't work like that. It's a process. And for me to really, really look over the things, the assets in your business, including where your energy's at, this is why I don't give everything away for free. And you can get on a call with me once you apply. So if you have questions, if you have doubts, concerns, or want to know anything about what it's like to work with me, all you got to do is apply at freeyourcreativity.org/apply today. And I'll give you those links in all of these places. And I cannot wait to see who applies and what we co-create if you decide to join any one of my offerings. It has been so lovely hanging out with you today. I hope you got so much value from understanding the hidden costs of staying loyal to who you used to be. And I will talk to you so soon.